Hi, I'm Herman from Platinum Racing Products and I'm here to represent Hypertune at PRI 2019. PRI and Hypertune have had a very strong relationship for many years. I used to buy Hypertune for my own car before I even knew Hypertune. There's nothing else I'd ever put on my car. So it's a privilege for us to promote and carry the Hypertune brand through America, and now that we've got such a good connection with the American market, we're really happy to be part of promoting and pushing these new products for Hypertune. When you buy a Hypertune intake, you don't just get the intake plenum, you get the runners. This is a V2 RB, you get the fuel rail or fuel rails, you get all the O-rings and bits and pieces that hold it together, and a selection of throttle bodies. This is an 82mm Bosch throttle body, but obviously you can get your cable throttles, 90mm, 100mm, and all the options are available to you in all the different colours. Models of cars that Hypertune carry manifolds for, plenums in particular, as well as exhaust manifolds, are the SR20, all of the RB, all the JZ small port, big port, Barras. There's a bunch of other manifolds that they do carry specifically for the Japanese racing industry. So for the RB26, there's a plethora of Hypertune manifold possibilities for your engine. There's a direct bolt-on that utilises the original throttles. There's some cutouts in the plenum to allow your throttle linkages to all work. Then you can get rid of all that, remove the independent throttle bodies. You can go to a single throttle. You basically bolt this on to the runners that come off the head, and that is your next step after the bolt-on version. Then you can go for a V2 and completely rip that whole inlet side of the engine off. But once it's done, it's amazing. You've got aftermarket radiator, and you can basically plumb up that whole intake side and remove all the OEM stuff. For a V2 setup, the runner goes all the way to the head, and it is a real beautiful solution. So we're really happy to unveil at PRI 2019 the Hypertune Drag Series manifold. Now this is a fairly serious bit of gear, 18 injectors, it's all billet, bolt together, O-ring sealed. It's rated to over 100 PSI, and this is for your serious drag racing contender. You're not going to stuff around bolting one of these on your car. You're going to give it some serious boost, and coupled with the rest of the equipment, and then now gets the RB into that over 2,000 horsepower threshold, which is a new era of RB tuning. This plenum is just going to be the go-to for that. Hypertune has been water forming tanks for their inlet plenums since day dot. It's very labour intensive. The welds are second to none. I mean, Hypertune welds are beautiful, but to pull a bit of the labour out of it, we've gone to a completely CNC cut billet twin tank system that's bolted together. There is no welds, just so we can get up to that over 100, 120 PSI type situation. Nitrous backfires and bits and pieces that do tend to happen at the track. This is more fail-safe solution that will ensure that car gets down through that quarter mile at the 200+ mile an hour mark.